So August is already over. I can't believe it. This is my second monthly Plan With Me video, and it seems like just a few days ago I was doing my first video like this. So anyway, I thought I would just give a quick flip through my August calendar and then set up my September calendar. Today's September 1st, and I'd actually planned on doing this a few days ago, but we've just been kind of sick the last few days of August, so I haven't had a chance to do it before today. So now I'm just going to flip through August so you can see what we had going on and how I got all this set up, and then I'll start working on September. So here is my August section, and this is my mess of a calendar. We didn't have a lot of important stuff going on in August, so I didn't have a lot to fill in. And then some of the stuff I did fill in, I got the dates wrong when I, was filling it out. And then if you've watched any of my videos, you know that I fill these out in Procreate and then bring them back into GoodNotes. So by the time I had brought it back into GoodNotes, I realized some of the dates were wrong, so I had to kind of make some adjustments. And like I talked about in my last monthly Plan With Me video, I had planned on doing Treat Yourself Tuesdays, but that just didn't really work out. I'm just, I can't commit to blogging on the same day every single week because some days my kids wake up and they're so happy and they're in a great mood and I can get some things done that day, but some days they wake up and they're not in the greatest of moods, and those days are really hard, but there's just no way for me to know which days are going to be productive and which days aren't going to be productive. So that's why that says reschedule right there, because I do plan on coming back to that later when my kids are probably a little bit older. So yeah, we didn't really do much in August, but I still filled in my August weekly spreads with memories that we made this month. So here's my first week of August, and if you look at my YouTube page, you'll see that I've started doing weekly Plan With Me videos where I just fill all this stuff in. So I'm not going to go into too much detail over our weeks, but I'm just going to briefly flip through these, and I'll link to those weekly Plan With Me videos if you want to see how I, filled in each one of these weeks individually. So this is the week that we went to the zoo, which was a lot of fun. It was a drive-through zoo. And on this week, again, we just, hung out at home a lot. My stepson started 5th grade the second week of August, so that was exciting. I can't believe he's already in 5th grade. And Ella was teething that week. So here's the third week of August, and it was a really productive week for me, which doesn't really happen often, like I was saying, but it was also kind of a slow and boring week, so that's why it says the Mondayest week ever. And here is the week that Ella and I were both sick. We just had some upper respiratory stuff going on, and it was no fun at all. But we got through it. We made it. I also had some other things, as you can see right here, that started back that week. So I, just laid in bed a lot that week, and my husband helped with the kids as much as he could, which was amazing. So I just ate a bunch of food, mainly chocolate. I watched tons of movies, which I'm actually going to review those movies on my blog, so look out for that, because I watched so many super cute romantic comedies. If you're into that kind of thing, definitely check that out. I'll have it posted within a week. And so this is this last week up through yesterday. Again, we didn't have a lot going on, and we thought that my stepson might have had a stomach virus, so we had to separate the kids on Thursday and Friday, but he's totally fine now. Not sure if it was acid reflux or a stomach virus, but just to be safe, we separated the kids for a couple days. So these 2 days, I spent the whole day with Maddox, my 3-year-old, and Ella, my 9-month-old, in our upstairs playroom, just to be safe. But today they're all back together in the same area. So my husband's able to help today with the younger 2 kids. So yeah, so this is what my month looked like. And then I just filled out my mood tracker. I wasn't crazy about the color scheme that I came up with this week. I liked it at first, but the more the month went on, the more I was like, man, I wish I would have used brighter colors. But as you can see here, I was mainly happy, productive, and tired. Those were my 3 main moods this week. And then I had a couple other, moods going on this week too. Obviously moods are very complex and you experience tons of different moods every day, so I just tried to fill in the overall mood of the day, like what I felt for the most part every single day. So that's what I did there. This was my first month actually using a mood tracker. They've been around for a long time, and I've tried to start them before and never like followed through with it for the whole month. So I just made myself do that this month, and I'm really glad that I did because, I like to look back and see how I was feeling. So I'm going to make myself do that this month too. And here is just a little image that I pulled from pexels.com, and I'll link to this image. And then I just brightened it up a little bit in an app called Color Story, which is a really cool app. And then I brought it into Procreate and just wrote a quote over the top of it. And I did that to fill in this extra space over here. And then I just wrote be better down here because that's just something I want to work on. I'm not, a horrible person or anything like that, but I just always am trying to be better. I'm trying to be a better mom, a better wife. I'm trying to be better at, my business and growing my business and stuff like that. So I just needed that for all around. It's just a little reminder to myself, and it's very shaky because my handwriting in GoodNotes isn't great. So I actually wrote that in GoodNotes instead of in Procreate, so that's why it's all shaky. So anyway, here is September, and I don't have any of this filled out yet. I'm working on my first week, and when I say week, I mean just the first and the second because my weekly spreads go from Monday to Sunday. So I'm working on filling out Saturday and Sunday in Procreate right now, and that'll be included in my weekly Plan With Me video that will be released tomorrow. But for this video, I'm just gonna take my September calendar and get that filled in. So let's get started with that. So I'm just gonna screenshot this calendar really quickly. Okay, so now if you've watched my videos before, you know that I love to fill in my calendar in Procreate rather than GoodNotes for many different reasons. So now that I've screenshotted the calendar, I'm gonna bring it into GoodNotes. I'm gonna bring it into Procreate. Okay, so just right off the bat, I'm going to cover that notes section. I do this all the time. I designed this calendar, but I designed it, with other people in mind, and I know other people that are maybe a little more structured than I am like to use the notes section, so that's why I included it, but I never use it. So the first thing I'm going to do is cover that notes section. Okay, so now that's covered, and now I'm going to bring in my numbers for September. So this month started on a Saturday, so I'm just going to start here. And instead of using the numbers that come with this planner, I'm going to use numbers that are on a sticker sheet that are available for free on my website. So I will link to the blog post that has this set of stickers. It's the sticker set that I released for September. Just a few days ago I released it. So I'm going to pull those in. They're already saved to my camera roll. Okay, so now that I've got all of those numbers copied, I'm going to just delete this sticker sheet right here. And here are all of my numbers. So just really quickly, I'm going to just group these together. Okay, so now that they're grouped, I can move them all together, and I'm going to turn my calendar layer back on and figure out how I need to size these. I actually kind of like this size. Yeah, this works perfectly, so I don't even have to resize these stickers for my calendar. So now I'm just going to place the numbers. First, I think I'm going to change the color of these numbers to pink, and then I'm going to place them where they need to go. Okay, so I've got all of those numbers aligned. So now I'm just going to delete. I duplicated all of these just in case I made a mistake, but this looks pretty good to me, so I'm going to leave it like this and delete those other layers. And now I just need to bring in the year. So for that, I am going to use the stickers that came with this calendar. I'm just going to bring in the number 20 and then the number 18 and place that somewhere up here. Okay, so now that I brought those numbers in, I'm just going to merge them together, and I'm going to adjust the size a little bit and then move it. I just want it to fit up in this corner right here. And I brought it in as pink. And yeah, I think I'm going to leave them pink. I briefly thought about changing it to gold, but no, pink is good. So that's done. And I don't really have a lot of ideas for September. I need to get some dates filled in this calendar, which if you've been keeping up with me for the past few months, you know, just because I fill in a date doesn't mean that it's going to happen. But hopefully this month goes a little bit more on schedule. So while I'm filling in dates, I'm going to kind of think about the other ways that I want to design this, like what to do with the extra boxes, because I've got a whole row of extra boxes down here, and what to put on the side. So let's see, I'm gonna think about these dates and then get right back to it. Okay, so I've got just a few dates to fill in that are just 100% set in stone. So I'm gonna get those filled in now. And when I say 100% set in stone, most of these are. I am gonna fill in my Plan With Me videos that I plan to release every Sunday. But you know, sometimes things come up. So sometimes those get released on Monday, but for the most part, it's Sunday. So let's see. So today's Labor Day. So I'm gonna fill in that for Saturday. And so I just drew a box there. You know, it's not perfect, but I kind of like to do that for my dates because it makes it kind of look like it's a sticker or something. I've, you know, just seen that in other planners, and I just like the look of that. And oh crap, I put it on the same layer as 2018, so let me correct that really quick. Okay, so there it is. Now it's on its own layer, and I'm just gonna write Labor Day. Okay, so Sunday, I'm gonna go visit my grandparents. So I'm gonna draw another square and fill that in. Okay, so on the 3rd, my stepson is out of school. He's actually out of school on the 3rd and the 4th. So I'm going to write no school for those days. Okay, so on the 12th, my daughter Ella has a doctor's appointment, so that's what I'm going to fill in for the 12th. And again, I'm just going with all pink for my monthly calendar just because that's, you know, the color scheme of my planner, and it's also my favorite color. And so that's why I like to stick primarily with pink. In my weekly layouts, I bring in a few other colors sometimes too. So she actually turned 9 months old on the 25th, and her appointment was originally supposed to be last week because they do, you know, just a 9-month well child checkup. It's normal for that. I don't know about like worldwide, but definitely in the US, most doctors do a 9-month well child checkup. So we actually had to cancel that because, like I was saying, we were sick, and our pediatrician, it's really awesome. They have a totally separate building for well child checkups, so you're not in contact with sick people, which is really awesome because, you know, a lot of parents worry about their perfectly healthy child, you know, like who isn't sick, catching something at their well child checkup. So anyway, I'm kind of getting sidetracked about that. So because of that, we had to cancel her well child checkup because I just didn't want any other kids to get sick, and we had it scheduled at the well child clinics. So even though she'll be almost 10 months on this date, it's technically her 9-month well child checkup. So I'm gonna write Ella 9-month checkup. That is all the dates that we have, you know, that are important for this month. I know other things will come up, you know. I don't really go back and fill in my calendar. I always mean to do that, but then I forget, so it ends up looking bare. I am just, you know, for the sake of making it look more filled in, gonna fill in, other than the second, because I actually have like physical plans that day. I'm gonna fill in for these weeks that I'm gonna do my Plan With Me videos, my weekly Plan With Me videos. So I'm gonna fill that in really quick, and then I'm just gonna kind of think about how I want to decorate this, and I'll do that. I'll show that in this video in kind of a sped up format towards the end. So let me just do a few more of my little boxes for my Plan With Me videos. And now that it's done, instead of doing all different ones, I'm just going to copy that 3 more times and move it to those boxes. Hopefully it'll fit because those are double digits instead of single digit like that box. I feel like there's definitely something that I'm forgetting, and I just have no idea what it is, you guys. I have just been so out of it ever since all this sickness hit our house. It has like just completely fried my brain. So I just know that I'm forgetting some things that I wanted to do and that I need to fill in. You know, even though we're not busy people, I don't know how many times I've said that throughout how many videos, but I know that there was something else that I should be remembering, and I just can't remember. So now I'm gonna bring in a flower really quickly, and then like I was saying, the rest of this I'm just going to kind of figure it out as I go. I'm probably gonna surf Pinterest for some free pretty feminine planner stickers with quotes and stuff and fill those in right here. So once I do that, and I'll definitely show that in the video, I will link to those in the video description. So let me bring in this flower really quickly from my Dropbox. I'm gonna bring in some flowers that I downloaded from Creative Market. They're by Angie Makes, and I've used these before. I think I've actually linked to these before. They're peonies, which is my favorite flower. I love peonies. Let's see. I think I'm gonna bring in this one right here. That matches my pinks that I've been using. And I'm gonna shrink it down, put it like right there. Yeah, that fits really nicely. And then I'm gonna bring in a hello. It's not, I guess it could be a sticker. I just wrote it. I was playing around with like some layered stuff the other day and wrote this, and you know, it's not great or anything, but I kind of like writing hello next to the month because then it just looks like it says like hello September, and that's really cheesy, but I do that almost every month. So I'm gonna save this to my camera roll, and I'm gonna bring it in here. And I wish I had made those L's a little bit taller, but it is what it is. I do like how that matches all the pinks that I've used. So Anyway, that's it for now. So I'm just going to fill this in, do a little sped up video with a voiceover later, and yeah. So first I bring in some Chanel stickers that I found for free on Pinterest, and I'll link to these in the video description. And then I write the word bloom, but I don't really like how that looks, so then I wrote the word love. So then I decide to bring in more of those watercolor peony clip art images that I purchased from Creative Market, and I just really like how these match all of the pink that's in my planner and that's on this monthly spread. And so after I do that, I save it and bring it into GoodNotes, but then I realized I got Labor Day wrong. Labor Day is the first Monday of September. It's not the 1st of September. So I corrected that and then brought that back into GoodNotes. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my channel for more digital plan with me videos and digital planning tutorials. And check out my website, naptimealt.com, for tons of freebies that you can download now.